Hello everyone, this is Mazhar Iqbal here again. Um, just wanted to go through my current project. I'm working on it, so I'm doing a partial rewiring in one of the house. I'm gonna be I'm gonna put some videos up there, and I will go through the presentation as well. I just wanted to highlight a few things because we have to work with other the plasterer, other workers such as plasterer, carpenters, and DIY people they're working there. So we have to, things here and there, but I managed to make the video. All I wanted to say because right now is we haven't had any. Um, uh, there was nobody turned up from the network operator or energy supplier to install an isolator. They was expected to turn up, but they didn't turn up. So we're going to arrange again with them to find out when they're going to be coming to install an isolator to enable me to upgrade the consumer unit with the RCBO. Right now we got our dual RCD consumer unit, which is a plastic one. So we're going to be upgrading with the RCBO consumer unit. So this is what I'm looking forward to do. And yeah, I'm probably going to have to raise the height of the consumer unit just to make sure it's up there accessible, and it's probably going to go inside the cabinet, within the kitchen cabinet. That's where we're probably going to be installing. Yeah, and I normally keep my uh, consumer unit, I would say, the more small board, with a couple of plug socketed double gang socket. So what I do, I'll normally disconnect all the circuit and just install my new consumer unit there. But if somebody wants to use the electric, they can use it. It's got RCD protection in there. But in this case, we didn't have isolator. This is why I had to disconnect all the other circuit other than the cooker circuit. I've disconnected the um, load side of the cooker circuit. It's just a one socket. If they want to use it, other worker there, they can use it, which is you're probably gonna see in the video right on top of the consumer unit. So we're gonna be removing that as well. So we got cable here and there. So obviously they're gonna be doing skimming. So this is why they have tied up. They removed the trunking. So obviously I have to put a new trunking there. Yeah, the plan is I'm going to be running a trunking from ceiling to the consumer unit, and from meter tail from the network side, metering side, to the consumer unit. So the consumer unit is going to be right in the middle. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing it. So let's go through the video first, then I will explain in my presentation as well. Thank you. Yeah, this is the kitchen rewiring. I've started working here. I've done a first fix. This is the consumer unit, which is going to be replaced with the RCBO consumer unit. And we're going to have National Grid coming up. So they're going to be coming to install an isolator, double pole isolator, for me to disconnect the supply and upgrade the consumer unit. I think they're going to be changing cutout as well. It seems, a bit worn out. So they're probably going to be upgrading cutout as well when they come here. So this is one advantage you get if you call your energy supplier. They just come and install the isolator. And if there's anything wrong with the network, they're probably going to leave it as it. But if you call National Grid, if they find anything wrong with their network, they upgrade at the same time. So I'm hoping they're going to be upgrading their cutout and when they're here to install isolator. Okay, this is the first fix done. So we got a 2 radial circuit. This radial circuit coming from the board going all the way up to here. We got a couple of sockets there. This is the fuse spur for the extractor fan hood, which is going to be up there. Then I've got another radial circuit which is going other side, and here we got one socket, then we got fuse spur for the boiler there, and we got another double socket there. Then we got another fuse spur which is gonna be for, I believe is gonna be tumble dryer, a dishwasher under there, and then the cables going up there in the ceiling all the way down here, this is where we're going to have one fuse spare and the socket under there, which is going to be connected to washing machine. We're probably going to plug in washing machine, but we do have one additional socket there which can be used if somebody wants to use outside something. Yeah, then we have got third circuit, which is here, this side, which is cooker circuit, and that's going to be coming to this cooker isolator. And from the isolator I've taken them down to where the connection point is going to be. That's where the connection point is going to be, and I've given an additional socket there just in case if they got gas cooker, you know, they got provision available, they can use a gas one. Otherwise they got electric. If they got electric one, obviously they can connect to there. And I've taken another cable out from the SAM circuit, which is going to be for the fridge socket. So yeah, it is allowed, and even though we can have 32 amp RCBO at the back, because this socket just, we only got one socket taken out from the cooker connection point, and the SAM, you know, there isn't any additional socket. If it would have been another socket, then we need to put a fuse spur in between, but that's not the case. We can have one socket, and SAM here we can have an additional socket here, because this is only one socket, you know, that's going to be coming out after this man isolator, cooker man isolator. Yeah, that's it. Hello everyone. Yeah, this is the sorry, the presentation I was talking about. I was referring to this presentation. You have already probably watched the videos. This is a consumer unit. This is where the consumer unit is going to go. I've just you know, draw this consumer unit here. This is probably how this is going to look like. So I haven't installed the consumer unit yet, so obviously I have to wait for someone to turn up to install a double pole isolator there. So landlord, they're trying to arrange with the energy supplier or you know, National Grid. One of them is going to turn up and they will install the double pole isolator for me to safely isolate the supply to install a consumer unit. Yeah, this is going to be trunking for meter tails and man earth cable. So we're probably going to be running man protective bonding cables there, or we will see if we can find if there is a earthing terminal there, then obviously we can connect a bonding cable there, which is allowed. Okay, they don't have to go to the come to the consumer unit. And some cables going to be running from first floor and ground floor to the ceiling, so they're going to be coming to here, such as the lighting and upstairs and downstairs sockets cable. They're going to be coming from this trunking from the top side of the trunking to the consumer unit. Yeah, and this is where we're gonna have the kitchen socket circuit. They will be running along this side. I can show you here. This is a cable coming out from the consumer unit inside the trunking. From trunking it'll come out, and it's a very first socket there. It's a double gang socket, yeah, which is can be used for a toaster, kettle, or any other appliance. You know, the could be portable appliance, the in a microwave. They want to use anything there, so they can plug in there. And then from there we got another socket, and some of the appliances they can, this socket can be used for other appliances as well. So from there they've got this small fuse spur. This fuse spur is for this connection point for kitchen extractor fan hood. This is where the cooker is going to go. We don't know whether it's going to be a gas cooker and or electric cooker, but yeah, there's going to be a hood on top of there as an extractor fan hood. So this is where they can isolate this cooker hood if there needs to, if any work needs to be carried on. So if they need to carry out any work on this extractor fan maintenance replacement, they can always turn it off from there and take the fuse out and work on the this extractor fan, and then again, you know, put a fuse back and turn it back on. Yeah, this circuit is completed. So the next circuit is a 6mm cable I've used for kitchen cooker. So This is how this cable is coming out of the consumer unit, so going through the ceiling all the way here and coming down here to the main cooker isolator. So from this isolator, it will be coming down to the cooker connection point. From here, we got a one single socket just in case if they have a gas cooker, so they have got provision available. They can use it for a gas if they don't have electric cooker, but if they got electric, this is going to be a electric cooker connection point. Okay, from here this cable is going to this socket, so we got one socket there for and obviously we got this 6 mil cable, then we got 2.5 mil cable for the socket to add to this cooker point. And similarly we got 2.5 cable coming out of this isolator and is going to the fridge socket. Yeah, this circuit is completed now. So other side there's another circuit which is going to be for the socket again. So we got this cable coming out up here, so which is for a double gang socket, and from the socket it's going to be connected to this fuse spur, which is going to be used for a boiler. You probably already seen in the video that the boiler here, so they can connect to this boiler. And from here it will go to come to this socket, as we can see, and from this socket this is fuse spur for I believe there's going to be a tumble dryer there. So this is a fuse spur to isolate this tumble dryer because it's going to be under the worktop and it won't be accessible to safely isolate. As I said, they don't need to turn off all circuit, they can isolate from there, and it depends. If they want to take the fuse out, they can take the fuse out, and yeah, they can replace it, work on it, do whatever they like. If they need to be disconnected, there is always provision available there to isolate the appliance. Yeah. Now we got another cable which is going to be uh, coming out from the socket and will become going through this ceiling. Other side of the window we got one single socket and one fuse spur there. So this is how it's going to look like. So this cable is coming out of the socket all the way to this socket, which can be used for outdoor. If they want to use anything outdoor, they can open the door and plug here. And I've got this small fuse spur there as well. So this is to disconnect this supply on this socket, which is probably going to be used for washing machine. They can plug in washing machine there, but to isolate the washing machine, obviously that's heavy. They can't probably going to be able to put their hand behind there and to turn it off. And they can always turn off from the fuse spur up there. And if they need to replace the washing machine, anything needs to be done this side, they can do it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.